This is sloka number 10.13.21. You can share screen. Are you able to see my screen? Tad tad vatsan pruthanitva. Tad tad vatsan pruthanitva. Tad tad goshthe nivasya saha. Tad tad atma bhavad rajams. Tad tad sadma pravishtavan. Tad tad vatsan pruthanitva. Tad goshthe nivesya saha. Tad atma bhavad rajams. Tad sadma pravishtavan. Tad vatsan pruthanitva. Tad goshthe nivesaya saha. Tad atma bhavad rajams. Tad sadma pravishtavan. Synonyms. Tat vasan, the calves which belongs to different cows, pruthak separately, nitva bringing, tat goshthe to their respective cowsheds, nivesya entering saha Kṛṣṇa, tat atma as originally different individual souls, abhavat, he expanded himself in that way. Rajan, O King Parikshit, tat sadma, their respective houses. Pravishtavan entered. Krishna thus entered everywhere. Translation. O Maharaja Parikshit, Krishna, who had divided himself as different calves and also as different cowherd boys, entered different cow sheds as the calves and then different homes as different boys. Krishna had many friends, of whom Śrīdāmā, Sudāmā, and Subala were prominent. Thus, Krishna himself became Śrīdāmā, Sudāmā, and Subala and entered their respective houses with their respective calves. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These pastimes of Lord Krishna is amazing pastime. That Krishna listens to the prayers of every devotees. All the devotees of Vṛndāvana, the Gopas, Gopis, they are very affectionate toward Krishna, and they okay. Now, Hare Krishna. So when any devotees praise Krishna, Krishna fulfill their desire. Bhakti Mukti Phalaprada. Anything a devotee desire, Krishna fulfills that. Krishna Nama Kalpataru. When the devotees of Vraja, they see Krishna, they have the Vasalya Rasa. They want to serve Krishna with same spirit as Mother Jasoda, Nanda Maharaja, and other gopis were serving. In the similar spirit, similar mood, they want to get the opportunity to serve Krishna. But Krishna only became the child of Mother Jasoda and Nanda Maharaja. Though other gopis and gopas were getting the chance to serve Krishna, to participate in the pastime of the Krishna, but they wanted to play the same role how Nanda Jasoda are getting. Krishna planned that I will fulfill all of your desires. So when Brahmā ji bewildered, seeing that Brahma, the supreme personality of Godhead, should not eat like this along with the friends, will eat the remnants of other jiva. That is not possible. It is not the Veda Vakya. In the Vedic literature, it is not found. So Krishna is beyond the scripture. If we try to understand Krishna through Veda, we will understand, but will not be understand everything of Krishna. We'll understand something about Krishna. Vedasya sarvai ahameva vedya. Vedanta krit veda videvacha. Veda is created by Krishna to allow others read and know him. However, Veda is not explaining everything in context of everything. So the context has to be understood. Veda has various sections, Puranas, like depending on the modes of the nature of various readers. Vedic literature had various provisions. Vedic literature has various provisions. Like for Sattaguni, the provisions are better so that a Sattaguni uh, progress in the journey of knowing Krishna is swift. Rajaguni, if these same principles are put forward for Rajagunis, Rajaguni find it difficult to do. He may not be able to take the path easily. And similarly, Tamaguni will also not be able to accept or the follow. So Vedic literature has the provision that first let somebody abide by some boundary or regulations. There are two kind of act. One is regulated, other is unregulated, unrestricted. Regulations are essential when our thought, our activities, the mind, mana, buddhi, our intelligence are acting beyond the control of identity. Identity means we have a real identity that we are part and parcel of Krishna. That is the real identity. When our mind and intelligence act forgetting that and taking a new identity that I am this body. which is a pseudo identity, not the right identity. This identity is improper, pseudo identity or polarized identity. Just like when we are observed in a game, then we take the assumptions that we are the character. So in that game, being the character, we enjoy or suffer. Similarly, we are so much observed in this body that we understand that we are this body. So this is happening that we take this character, we give up our original identity, forget Krishna. So by forgetting Krishna, we try to enjoy independently. The context here is that Krishna, when see that living entity is interested in enjoying independently, then Krishna allows the entity, living entity, to do so. Brahma, being the topmost jiva, he is the most elevated jiva. Even sometimes, Lord, if do not find a qualified jiva, he himself descends. The Vibhuti Shakti, Rajaguna Shakti of Lord is Brahma. So Brahma, through the Vedic literature, tried to understand Krishna. Because of our illusory knowledge, with an independent mentality, we may not perceive Sat Chit Ananda to the fullest extent. So even Brahmaji thought that he may not be the Brahma because the attributes of the Brahma, that Brahma will never eat. The remnants from ordinary people. With that, even though before this pastime, Lord took the berries which from Sabari was also tested before offered to Sabari in Ram Avatar. But Brahma, being overpowered by the illusion, even forgot that. So he thought that he may not be the Supreme Lord. Let me test him. So he took away all the cows, the calves, because Krishna and the friends of Krishna were gazing calves. All the all the elder gopas, they were taking care of the cows. And Krishna was taking care. Krishna and his friends, as their child, near about the age of 7 to 8, even below that. So Krishna was gazing the cow. Brahmaji taken away all the cows, the calves, not only the calves but also the friends of Krishna. When Krishna went to find the calves, that time Brahma took away the calves, and when Krishna returned to see the friends, then Brahma also took away the friends. He kept all of them in Satyaloka. And the meantime, Krishna performed this pastime that he himself became his friends and calves, like Sudāmā. Śrīdāmā, Subala, all the calves. He became the calves and entered the shed of respective cows, and there not only the gopis were desiring to serve Krishna being the child, but also the cows were also with the same motherly affection to feed the milk of them directly to Krishna. Even Krishna was drinking directly the milk from the cows to fulfill their desire. Now he has become the calves entire 1 year. So all the cows got the blessings and fulfilled their desire to get Krishna as their child and relish the transcendental Vatsalya rasa. That was the confidential reason. Other reason is that Krishna didn't want to make the children's make the parents suffer of their children or the cows suffer of their calves. So he arranged that. So let the trick of the Brahma not be disclosed to the gopas and gopis and the cows. So to fulfill this pastime, Lord arranged all this. There is no surprise that how Krishna manifests into many forms. Eko aham bahusyami. All these energies we see are of three kinds. Sat Chit Ananda is the spiritual energy. Sambhiti, Sandhini, and Lhadini are the spiritual energy of Lord. Chit means knowledge, cognizant. Sat means eternity. Sandhini Shakti. Chit, Sambhit Shakti. Lhadini, Ananda Shakti. Satchit Ananda. Jiva is a variegated Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy of Lord. And the body that a jiva possesses, being conditioned into a material life to play the game where he can enjoy the desirables through the facilitations of the body, is also the external energy of Lord. Everything is the energy of Lord. Nothing is without Krishna. So Hari Sambandha. Onda Antarastha Paramanu Chaya Antarastha. He is within the molecule and also within the atom. Just like water, if you divide it, the smallest water, the smallest portion of the water will be called a water molecule. If you break it further, it will become hydrogen and oxygen. Two hydrogen, one oxygen. So Lord is within this water molecule and again within the hydrogen atom as well as oxygen atom. When you go further study the atom, then you will see electron. Then you will see the quantum particles. So the energy in the quantum particle is also Krishna. Everything is Krishna. Anda antarastha paramanu chaya antarastha. Whatever energetic particle you see are all energy are due to the presence of Krishna. Every form of energy is belonging to Krishna. Quantum energy also belonging to Krishna. So whatever we see are the energies of Krishna. So Krishna can manifest in any form. However, when Krishna manifested as boys, friends, and calves, are all Sachidananda Vigraha. He himself. Sachidananda Vigraha is also all the living entities. But the bodies of the living entities may not be Sachidananda. But a few devotees' body are transformed. They are Sachidananda, nearing to Sachidananda. The influence of gunas are destroyed and become nirguna. Even a pure devotee's body become transcendent. So Krishna manifested these transcendental pastimes by extending him into many forms to give the devotional flavor of Vatsarya Rasa to all who have desired. So indeed that all of us should desire to release the topmost happiness. The happiness what we try to enjoy in this material world are very diluted and insignificant in quantity. So our such so-called happiness from the bodily platform are very insignificant. When we take pleasure from Nam Sankirtana, even at this state, our happiness from Nam Sankirtan is much greater than any other ordinary sukha, ordinary pleasure we get. It's not that. You all can see the happiness that you get from food, sleeping, all other eating, sleeping, depending, mating, whatever. These pleasures are very insignificant in the pleasure of Nam Sankirtan at this state when we are still not unconditional. We are still conditioned with this body. Yet the happiness coming from transcendental realms such as Nam Sankirtan is releasable, much better than such bodily pleasures. So the more we advance in Krishna consciousness, more the body transformed, more the anarthas get destroyed. Nashta prayesu avadresu. The more will release. So anartha is inversely proportional to the transcendental pleasure. The more we reduce the anartha, higher will be the transcendental pleasure. So you may say that I am releasing kirtan, but why not I am desiring to release kirtan continuously? Because our degree of enjoyment has not reached to that point. Just like if you are interested in eating rasgulla, you want to eat more and more rasgulla, some delicious rasgulla, say, or anything else, sugar cane, whatever example, hot sugar cane. Prabhupada give that example. Hot sugar cane, sugar cane water, liquid, if boiled, uh, it becomes jaggery, right? So at the hot conditions, jaggery, very hot melt, that taste is much better. So anyway, whatever the taste of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is more relished when anarthas are less, and when we have higher taste realized from Nam Sankirtan, then we'll be always desiring to be in Nama Sankirtan, to do more and more Nama Sankirtan. Just like you desire to eat more and more delicious foods, say rasgulla. Similarly, you will desire more and more Nam Sankirtan when your degree of enjoyment is more from Nam Sankirtan. At present, it is more than anything other, but not so extraordinary. When the pleasure from Nam Sankirtan becomes so extraordinary, then we will not be able to give up such enjoyment. We will not be able to give, you know, because of some reason or other, you are not able to chant, he will be not happy. Then again, he will, as soon as finish other works and come back to chanting. This is the state, and this is the meter also. The more you attached to holy name, the more you cannot give up the holy name, means you are that advanced in Krishna consciousness. If the test for holy name is not being released, means you are at neophyte state. The anarthas are very strong. So the releasement of Krishna consciousness happens more and more when we realize our relationship with Krishna more and more. In every moment, we should ask these questions. How can this body be engaged for pleasure of your service? For your service. If this body is utilized anything other than pleasing Krishna, that causes anartha. That causes bondage. That causes distraction from Krishna. The forgetfulness of Krishna. So to solve this disease, that we have to be always in Krishna consciousness. The moment we give up the Krishna consciousness activities, Maya captures. Just like as long as iron is in fire, then iron itself behave like fire. Similarly, as long as you are in Krishna conscious activities, the words coming from your mouth and your association to the devotees will be changing them, will be transforming them to Krishna consciousness. Just like fire, if fire is there, then heat and burning, both sensation will be observed. Similarly, a devotee, when in Krishna consciousness, can also spread Krishna consciousness to others. So it is essential that we must desire very seriously, tatra lolyam api mulyam, very seriously, that we need the Krishna consciousness. We need to release Krishna consciousness. So initially, we have to get a good habit in practicing the holy name so that we get the taste of holy name. So at least we have to be chant holy name under guidance of the pure devotee or Sri Guru, so that this point of transcendental happiness develop in us. Once we catch up this point of transcendental happiness, then we cannot give up the holy name. Neither holy name will give up. If we try to stop chanting, we cannot. That is the state. That's why you need to practice. If you practice chanting holy name for 20, 30 years, regularly, at least 16 rounds or more, if somebody asks you for 24 hours, you don't chant a single holy name, you try, you will not be able to do so. Automatically, holy name will come. So, holy name will not give you up. If holy name is not giving you up, at the time of death, prana, prayana kale, kapavata pita, kantha avradhena, bhajanam kutosta. At that time, ordinary people cannot do bhajana. But even though your mouth may not, your tongue may not be able to recite, but your mind cannot give up the holy name. Holy name cannot give up your mind, both. Your mind cannot give up holy name, and holy name cannot give up your mind. That is the mercy of Lord Krishna. Holy name. Krishna naam dhare katopal. Okay, I think it is the time. So the conclusion is that in our life we should always desire to please Krishna in our every activities. We should always desire. Desire is bad when we desire for the pleasure of the body. But when we change that desire, that we want to give pleasure to Krishna, that is not bad. Even sometimes you may desire the good of other, that is not bad. You may desire the good of your family, that is better than your personal sense gratification. If you are desiring some good things for your family, but again, if your desire is just to give sense gratification to family, that may not be sublime. If you desire to give good sanskara, which can make them everlasting happiness, which can give them everlasting happiness, then your desire is better. You may desire to give sanskara to your family. तुम्हारा କାର୍ଯ୍ୟରତରେ ଉପାର୍ଜିବ ଧନ ତୁମାର ସଂସାର ବ୍ୟୟ କରିବ ବହନ. That is not bad desire. Even you may work to earn money to spend for the family who is Krishna consciousness. If you are giving the sanskara, the value education, to remember Krishna at every moment to your children, your wife, your family members, that desire is not bad. Similarly, when you are desiring to do this ultimate good to anyone who have approached you or nearby to you, your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, then anything you want for their good is not a bad desire. It's good desire. We should desire. So we should desire to spread Krishna consciousness. That is the conclusive sloka of Bhagavad Gita. It is told by Krishna in 18.68. Who spread this topmost confidential knowledge of Krishna consciousness to devotees. He is the dearmost, and he will definitely go back to Godhead. So we can desire to bring others from these sufferings and bring them back to the happiness of Krishna consciousness. That we should desire. So the right desire is very important. We cannot give up the desire. We can transform these desires for Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any question?